You're such an asshole!
Bruce writes. Hang on, where we go? The following was in the Duluth, Minnesota News Tribune this week. Bullet points. 1. University of Minnesota Duluth is facing budget cuts and lower enrollment. It's funny you mention that. They actually had me go up to Duluth to talk about worthless degrees. They actually did. And the student group that had me come there, as all students groups do, completely fumbled the ball. There was no room reserved. Only one person came dashing, "Oh my God, we're sorry, but we don't have a room for you." And so we tried to set it up, and I remember giving the speech, and all the students in the thing were laughing at me. They were like looking at me like I was some dumb shit. Men going to tech school? Doesn't say. 2. Students are migrating to STEM. Somebody's listening. The liberal arts are claimed to be taking a disproportionate cuts. Good! Good. Not enough. Based on the data I pulled recently, I mean, it's slightly going down, but not enough. These departments are saying they shouldn't be taking these cuts because their departments are so important to well-rounded university. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn thieves. The amount of money you have stolen from 2 generations, you baby boomer professor of fucks. Fuck you. You've gotten 2 decades, some of you 3, of bullshit make-work government employment jobs over the University of Minnesota Duluth to feed your fucking commie bullshit. You should be thankful you got away with it. And they have the gall to say you're so important to community, you're pariahs, you're parasites. Go fuck yourself and eat a bag of dicks. Students actually should go and sue all the university professors. You actually should sue, not the STEM fields, you should sue the College of Liberal Arts. Or the Department of Social Science, or whatever the fuck they call it. Your thoughts would be interesting, but at least in this corner of the world, the tide is turning. Bruce, well, thank you, Bruce. Let's take a look at the article. If it would load. UMD navigates devastating cuts. Too late to stop $5.2 million in budget cuts and the prospect of dozens of job losses. UMD proponents are saying enough to system leadership or risk altering the university of what it's billed to be. What the fuck does that mean? Your cuts? Dude, I guarantee if we looked at the budget of Duluth, we'd see a bunch of revenue jacking up because you keep jacking up your tuition because kids are stupid and they go, "Oh, I gotta go get to college experience." And then how many fancy buildings did you build? How many diversity and assistant reserve, assistant diversity inclusion reserve, assistant diversity vice principals did you hire? Go fuck yourself. There's room in the budget. You always have to hope that it's the last time, said Brian, a finance major and chief financial officer of the UMD Student Association, students governing voice. We need more funding to keep up with what we're trying to do here. How about you just get your fucking job, get your fucking degree, and shut the fuck up, Mr. Wannabe make-believe politician. I don't trust this guy, Brian. Griffin Bryan. Who the fuck is that guy? But the 2021 school year will bring the worst cleave yet, $5.2 million in cuts, meaning as many as 50 or 60 faculty and staff jobs at risk, and the corresponding program and course cuts that would come with those losses. Let me guess, did you build any buildings that cost $5.2 million that really weren't needed? I bet you did. The cuts loom as a reckoning intended to once and for all absolve structural imbalance that has dogged the campus since 2012 when a university that had been leaning into its tuition sales lost wind as student population settled post-recession. Holy fuck, you suck at writing. Revenues from tuition and fees, a percentage of core revenue. Duluth flatlined. Well, there's my money going to it. Strongly worded letters of University of Minnesota system leadership within the last few weeks from State Senator Eric Simonson and another one co-signed by the UMD faculty Senate University Education Association Duluth are unlikely to curb the momentum on a budget set long before the new U of M system president Joanne Gable took over in July. Sources interviewed by the News Tribunes were optimistic about Gable. What, she's just going to go get more of my money? They agreed that she seemed more attentive than previous leaders to the health of institutions outside the metro campus, but the reality is that UMD's 4 vice chancellors, I wonder why tuition is so high. 4 vice chancellors. Maybe you cut 2 of them. Where else is there fat within the budget? Face deadlines on having their proposed cuts to Chancellor Lendy Black this month. Meetings to hash out the details will follow. Black I was out of town this week. So Vice Chancellor for Finance and Operations Steve Cato spoke with the News Tribune on Wednesday before availing himself of concerns raised by faculty and students. He clarified that $1.2 million in the overall cuts were required system-wide and that $4 million was directly tied to tuition declines that added up quickly when it's 12,000 missed at a time. Gee, maybe. You know what's great about this? To all of you, you're not listening, you don't tune in, but all you vice chancellors, all you fat that should be trimmed from the universities and education, you've been fucking over these kids, fuck you, right there. My book probably contributed to this, at least a little bit. At least a little bit. I'm glad I'm costing you fuckers your fucking made up bullshit government jobs. I'm glad. I like to think I'm part of this. I'm more than a snowflake that caused the avalanche. Maybe I was an entire snowball. We've not had as many reductions as we've had declining students, Keto said. What we're trying to do this fall for next year is balance the recruiting revenues and expenditures of UMD. That's something we've been working for on a long time. UMD proponents say at this point, after years of trimming, they've reached the flesh of the mission. Oh, they haven't. Until the the College of Liberal Arts is gone, it will not be over. Until that is gone, until that is privatized, or until you start charging full tuition rates for that, it's not done. Until you get rid of worthless degrees and stop fucking over kids, it's not done. History professor, hey, I bet you, here, look, this asshole who's gotten cake job for his entire life, now he's going to bitch and whine. History professor Scott Latterman is head of the 550-member faculty bargaining unit. In addition to fearing the loss of 5% of faculty, he laments a shift towards becoming a tech school. Oh, you mean the kids don't want to fork over 50 grand and not get a job? Oh, doobie dabby there, Scott. The comprehensive university is... Oh, here's the lie. Here comes the lie from Scott. You ready for the liberal arts lies with the forked tongue? A comprehensive university is one that isn't just focused on churning out people who are going to become automatons in corporate society. Oh yeah, because you liberal arts majors just don't fucking parrot leftist Marxist bullshit and go plug yourself into the government make-job matrix. Oh, fucking suck my dick. Holy shit. Yeah, because you liberal... How many conservatives are on your board there, Scott? How many non-liberal professors do you have over at the College of Liberal Arts? Automatons, all right. The mold off the tip of my dick. Eat it. Oh. Softening the critique by explaining that it's the goal of a university to expand students' horizons and develop minds in what he termed civic identities. Fuck off. You just want their money, asshole. Because you know a guy with a history degree ain't going to find no job, and you're going to have to go get a real job pretty soon. Departmentally, proposed cuts he's privy to are aimed at fine arts most heavily, 9%. He said, followed by liberal arts, education, and business college. Good, they're all worthless. They're all worthless. The popular Swenson College of Science and Engineering is being asked to negotiate 1.5% budget reductions that Latterman agreed will be hard for it too. Well, that's the only one that probably has an increase in students because it fucking provides them a job. The cuts to recurring spending were announced by Black in October after UMD's fall 2019 enrollment was tallied at 10,858, down from the historical highs in the 12,000s. Oh, yes! Yes! That pushed the growth now being pruned back. Cuts... Is this... Oh, hang on. This is making noise. Hopefully that's not blowing into the thing. Cuts are expected to come from across the university's 4 areas, including the Chancellor's office, which includes athletics, radio. Dude, radio's fucking dead. It's called podcasting now. What the fuck do you have a radio program? Do you have a culinary arts school program too, huh? Glenn Sheen and more, along with the finance and operations, student life and academic affairs, that department could go, which will be the hardest hit with $3.8 million expected to absorb, Latterman said. When Black announced the cuts internally in an email, he called it difficult and painful. Oh, you're going to have to work at a private jet room. Hey, Scott, I don't want room for coffee or cream. Okay, Scott? I don't want room. But I do want you to actually, hey, Scott, what if you actually became a barista? That'd be your first real job where you actually provided value to society. University is keen to shore up. It's now to shore it up now. Wait. Okay. As bad as it is, I can't say I was surprised, said Anderson, vice president of UMD. So, yeah, hey, kids, you notice how there's a lot of vice presidents, provosts, vice chancellors? Wonder if that all just went away and you had some key department heads and a chancellor. And I wonder what would happen to your tuition costs. Since the beginning of my freshman year, we've known about the budget deficit of $5.2 million. It was larger than I thought would be. There's a key bit of information. I know this is a journalism major writing this. Out of what? What's the total UMD budget? Is this 1%? The newest elected regents were on the campus last week in Duluth, but were not made available for questions. They joined a body that is absorbing blame from UMD proponents. Simonson's letter to the regents, dated October 31st, charged them with ignoring UMD and having historically not provided adequate funding to the university. We're solving this on the back of UMD, which is going to have an effect on the quality of UMD. No, you're okay, dude. Duluth? You're not a quality institution. Frankly, no Minnesota institution is quality. All right, you're a cold St. Cloud. You're a cold St. Cloud that doesn't even get the sun because of the fucking cliff right there, and it shields the. But never mind. People don't care about the geography of Duluth. Simonson, while not a member of the Higher Education Committee, described increasing frustration among himself and other lawmakers who appropriate funding to a university system given the freedom to spend it as it sees fit. Letter campaigns are too late for this cycle. Blah, blah, blah. Booty boo. Nothing can be done. You do know this is just parasites complaining there's less blood. That's all it is. This is a horsefly that's complaining that the horse whipped its tail at the fly. Ah, it's not letting me suck its blood. I don't want to go and work. I'm a horsefly. I'm a history professor. They're not automatically going to the lowest numbers of students in a program and saying this is going to be cut, he said. They're looking at what provides to the university, what it provides to the student, and how it will excel that student outside of college, and if that's still a valuable thing for the university to have. As a biology major, one of the school's largest fields, as soon, of course, as remain beyond the scythe. After hearing, okay, I just, complaining. Griffin Bryan, look at this douche. Oh, more students complaining. I don't care. Look, kids, I can't explain to you the importance that you realize how evil big education is. Okay? You may hate big oil, but at least you get your gas. At least that gallon of gas carries your vehicle a magical 35 miles. I mean, you're getting utility out of it. The education industry, all it does is load you up with $50,000 of student loan debt, and then you can't get a job. You still go work as a barista. Wake the fuck up. Make these fuckers pay. All right? You want to do something? You want to affect change, huh, kids? You actually want to be the activist you wish you could be? How about you end big education and you make it so other generations of kids don't have to waste their time 4 years in a degree just to get an entry-level job that they still end up working as a barista anyway? Oh, fuck it. It's good. It's good to see him score. All right, there you go. Links down below. Buy the book Worthless. For fuck's sake, kids, don't ruin your life with worthless fucking degrees from UMD. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.